This is Kugan Cassius for iFLTV. We are at the launch press conference for the Magnificent 7 show, December the 7th at the OVO at Wembley. I'm joined by Frank Warren. How are you, mate?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm all good. He's giving you a run for your money with what he's wearing, isn't he?
Yeah, he's not looking bad. I mean, but you know where he's going tonight, don't you?
I think we should leave that off camera.
Yeah, all right. We won't say nothing.
Great show. Kind of.
Diggler.
Yeah, I could say a few names, to be fair, Frank, about Joe. Great show announced for your December UK show. So there's some very interesting fights on this card, Frank.
Fabulous fights. I mean, we'll look at it, read them all off. There's not a bad fight on there. And the main event's a great event. And we've applied now for it to be for the European as well. So that's a good fight. And the winner of that, I think, will get a crack at a world title next year, early next year.
Absolutely. Let's talk about Brad Pauls and Denzel Bentley. Just give Brad a little shove there. But yeah, listen, it's a very intriguing fight. This.
It's a good fight, isn't it? I mean, they're both of them. They're real good competitors. They both come to fight, and I really do think we get a bit of a cracker with those two. And as I just said, the winner of that next year will definitely get a shot at the world title. You know, Denzel's in at number 2 in the WBO, so they've got everything to gain, and it's quite a sexy division at the moment.
Heavyweight scrap. Finally, we're going to get to see Sol Dakers and David Adley. Do these guys like each other or not? I can't work it out.
I don't know. I mean, it's been dragging on a bit now, hasn't it, with the delays and whatever, but it's finally going to be on, and I'm looking forward to it. And again, it's a really, really sexy division, the heavyweight division, especially for the Brits as well. So the winner of that could be in a real big fight. Who knows? Maybe facing up to our young man who won last week. I mean, there's some real good fights. Fabio's livened it up. I mean, I think he's just above that level. But these guys will be looking to, one of them will be looking to fight him.
Ryan Walsh, the Walshes. You can't get rid of the Walshes. They've been around for a long time. Ryan Walsh in action against your man Sam Noakes there.
It's a good fight, and he's coming off a 1-round knockout, isn't he? Up the show up north. Real competitors, always has been. And again, with him, he comes to fight. And Sam, he's never in a boring fight, is he? He's all action.
Frank, how excited are you about Lawrence Okolie's path into the heavyweight division?
Well, I want to see what he does in heavyweight. I've been told all along that he was struggling for the last couple of years, making the weight limit at cruiserweight. Well, now he's at a weight, he's in a division where he hasn't got to worry about making weight, just being in his best possible fighting weight and condition. And again, as I said earlier, it's a sexy division, former 2-time world champion, so he's got a chance to establish himself and get in some really big, serious fights and show what he's all about. So we're going to see if he can do that. I believe he can, but let's see what happens.
This is December 7th at the OVO Arena, live on TNT Sports. Frank, obviously caught up with you at Gareth's book launch the other day. Did he pay the bill or not?
He's still washing up.
Excuse me. Well, he spoke to you a few days ago. Is there any movement about Daniel Dubois' opponent for February?
Well, it definitely won't be AJ, that's for sure. And I think we're not far away of announcing something.
Okay. When I spoke to you the other day, you said you was going to give it 48 hours. That period's kind of passed now. Oh. Did any conversations materialise in that?
I'll be honest. I think we knew at least, probably a week, 2 weeks ago that it wasn't going to happen. That was the vibe, and that's it. And I'll get where they're at. So we move on.
You've ruled out Fabio Wardley for that, yes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, first of all, he gets a couple of wins, Daniel wins. I mean, what a big fight that would be in the UK. Wembley. I mean, it'd be a massive fight, no doubt about that.
Are we looking at someone who's ranked within the top 10 of the IBF?
What, for
Dubois?
Yeah, of course, he's got to be, yeah.
Okay. There's some interesting names on there.
Very interesting names. It's, I keep saying it's a lively division. Everybody there is vying, everybody there, and the form line keeps changing. Guys lose, then they're coming back and winning. So it's as I say, it's a very, very, very hot division, and Daniel's never in a boring fight anyway. Every fight he's in is an exciting fight.
Frank, I know this is probably not your business. Eddie Hearn did put on his Instagram yesterday said that Joshua will be out in the summer, so we're not going to probably see him until kind of the middle of next year. What do you think Joshua does, though, if he's obviously not going to rematch Daniel Dubois? What do you think he does?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he's going to do. Look, every heavyweight wants to fight, or every fighter wants to fight for the world title. So I'm sure that's what he wants to do. He's probably got his eye on what's going on the 21st of December in Riyadh, the rematch between Usyk and Tyson. He's got his eye on that, but so's Daniel as well, and probably everybody else who's in a mandatory position.
Is Joseph Parker in the running for Dubois? Joseph Parker.
He's one of the people there we're considering, yeah.
That'd be very interesting.
It would be. That would certainly be an interesting fight, but there's a lot of interesting fights there.
Answering like a politician at the moment, Frank, that means something's going on. Frank, what did you make of Conor Benn's news yesterday?
I only see it this morning in the newspaper, in a couple of the newspapers, and they rang me up at TalkSport and asked me, and I said I don't know what the background is to it. All I heard is that they've exonerated him. Is that correct?
The Independent Anti-Doping Association, and he's clear to fight. So.
Is that UKAD? Or
he's separate from UKAD.
Oh, right. Well, I don't know. So I don't know the ins and outs. I've not read the judgment, so I can't really comment on it. And he won't be able to fight until the border control licensing in this country.
In this country. Yeah. Well, we know that obviously there's plenty of other options if it isn't going to be in this country, but I'm sure that they want to clear that situation up as well for him to fight in the UK.
Everybody needs to know what it is about, because drugs, anti-doping, it's important for everybody, not just in this sport, but all sports, and you need to know what the criteria is moving forward, and especially when a testing organisation or agency comes out with the findings that they do. So you want to know what's what. If he's free to fight and he's explained it away and they're satisfied with it, then fine, he's cleared to fight, and good luck to him.
Frank, talking TalkSport, what did you make? I didn't ask you the other day because I didn't see it at the time. Simon Jordon's comments about DAZN. He said that they're not a very good platform and they haven't done very well. That was his comments when he was asked questions about your link up now with DAZN.
Well, I don't know how would he know what they've done. What they were a couple of years ago when I made a remark, or a few remarks. They're not the same today. As I said when we announced our deal, they've got a great bunch of people now. They're a lot of new guys come in who really added to it, who are well respected in the broadcasting industry. Some serious players, and I met with the guy who funded it, Selene Blatnovic, and I've had numerous meetings with him, dinners with him, and lunches, and I'm very, very impressed. And he is an impressive guy. You only got to look at his business background, but it's what we've made a decision. We believe in it, and all I can look at. I remember when I left ITV and went to Sky many years ago. I took Joe Kawasaki, I took Ricky Hatton, who weren't, were just more or less just signed with us. I took Frank Bruno, Naz, Steve Collins. I think Eubanks may have been with us. Enzo Macronelli, a whole lot of fighters, and we were told that's it. It's all going to be over. Going on to subscription TV. Nobody's going to watch this. You won't be able to build a fighter. And the fighter we built on there, besides all them who went on to have some of the biggest fights in boxing and British boxing history, we built Ricky Hatton on there, who became one of the biggest stars, selling, thousands and thousands of tickets.
Arguably, he's never been replaced either, Ricky Hatton.
And if I'd have listened at the time to what the so-called experts who know, to be honest about, know fuck all about what they're talking about, excuse my French, but it's a fact of life. They've got opinions, they're opinionated, but what do they know about boxing? What do they know about the broadcasting of boxing? They've got an opinion about everything. I've got an opinion about the sport I'm in, and we're successful at what we do in the sport that we're in. Delivered more champions than anybody else in the history of British boxing. World champions, delivered more and managed more champions than anybody. So do you think I care about what Simon's got to say, what Simon says? Do you think if he said put his your hands in the hair. I'd put them in the hair. I ain't want to listen to what he's got to say about boxing. All he should get on with his mate Benn, old Benji, and Benji's mate Madge. Is it Maseed or where he is, the old cricket guy? That's a nice little team. Let them all get on with their business together. Keep being critical of what we're doing. I don't know. One day we might get it right, eh?
Frank, one thing you did say about do we lose the competitiveness with you and Eddie under the same broadcasting?
It's been more competitive. What are you talking about? What has everybody got their head buried in the sand? What do you think's been happening in the last 12 months? All the fights have been on all the channels at the same time, yeah? Do you think that the powers that be at DAZN are going to be saying, look, you go your way with your fighters, you go your way with yours. They'll want his best fighting our best, or Oscar De La Hoya's best, whoever else is on there. Because that's what I'd want. And when have we shied away from anything like that? It's just plain stupid. I really don't get it. I don't get it.
Last one, Hamzah Sheeraz. He will have a world title shot come February.
He'll have a world title fight early next year. He's vacated the European to do that, and that's why the European we've applied for, and I believe they'll sanction it because he was Brad was the official challenger for the title, and I believe now they'll sanction that with a fight against. Sorry, not Brad. Denzel was the official challenger, and they'll allow us to make that fight for the vacant title as well.
Janibek?
We'll see. He's got, it all will come out in due course. He's always in competitive fights and good fights, and I expect him to see him in one.
Frank, thank you very much for talking to iFLTV. Shame about Arsenal last night, but we won't go into that. But
I've got to tell you something. They kept doing the same thing all the time. I mean, how many corners? 14 corners, whatever it was. Delivering to the box, kept going out. We need a striker. I'm doing what he does now on Talk Sport, telling everybody how to run their business.